What is up? I had to record this again. The first time I did it, I was recording the audio through my glasses, and I'm like, whoa, that sounds different. The microphones don't sound the same, so I'll actually be curious how much the microphones sound different. But I'm on the front camera right now on both of these phones, and yeah, what do you guys think? Which one looks better? Sun's going down. I recorded this around 5 or 6 p.m. now. I think I can't look at my watch because it'll mess up my video, but I think it's like almost 7 now. It's getting kind of late, but I love this time of day. So what do you guys think? How do the microphones sound and the quality of the video? 4K 30 on both. Now we got the ultra wide cameras on here. Which one do you think looks better? Got the dogs right there. Yoongi, Yoongi. I'm gonna run after him. Hi boy. Turn this around on me. What do you guys think? Do you think one looks better than the other? Do you think one sounds better than the other? I think in the photos that I was looking at earlier, I mean, I'll talk about it on camera, so I'll just leave it for that. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Let me know. Ooh, I got some apples here. That's when you know we're in the heart of apple season. The apples are starting to grow. These apples start to grow after about, they're ready to harvest out here where I live in San Diego in about September, October, a little bit later. But yeah, those are the apples. There's my dog. I'm gonna turn this around so you can see me. Which one do you think looks better? 4K 30 again on the rare cameras. Everything's 4K 30. The stabilization, all that stuff, let me know. Now I wanted to show this off too. This is portrait video or cinematic on the iPhone. It's the same thing though. It blurs out the background, and I love using this, and because it really creates that cinematic effect. It looks really, really cool. I totally dig it. The other thing you'll notice on these phones too is like the aspect ratio is a little bit different when you're recording on here. But this is one of my favorite ways to record. I use this mode a lot when I'm doing like talking on my videos. Go here next to the apples, blur those beautiful apples away. Can you see the apples? Where are they? I don't even see the apples now. There they are. Okay, what do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? And I'll face the light a little bit more so it kind of gets on me. Which one do you think looks better? Let me know. All right, I want to talk about the photos from the Galaxy Z Fold 7 versus the iPhone 16 Pro Max and videos. First of all, the microphone, for some reason, is so much better on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's so much like full. I looked at it, I'm like, wait, did I have a microphone on that? Like an external microphone? And I didn't. It sounds that much better. This sounds really good, the microphone on here versus the microphone on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. This doesn't sound terrible. It's nice and clear, but this sounds so full sounding. It's really, really nice. Photos. Now photos, I felt like on the iPhone were like a little bit oversaturated in like a dark way, and I don't love that. I'd rather them be more bright and saturated. These seem kind of like dark and saturated. Not bad at all though. Like the quality, I feel like, of both cameras was quite nice. But then I felt like, again, comparing it, the iPhone to the Galaxy Z Fold 7, I felt like almost like the Z Fold 7 might have been washed out a little bit in terms of the photo that was taking, but it could have been just because I was looking at the iPhone 16 Pro Max being so saturated and dark. So it's kind of a little hard to tell in that regard, but man, it's hard to pick a winner. I'd want something like in between. I know you can mess with the colors and stuff. Sometimes I preferred the iPhone. Sometimes I prefer the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Ooh, it's tough, man, in terms of the quality of the photo. Cause like I said, I might just call it a draw, honestly. I didn't love the colors on the iPhone, but I also didn't at times love the colors on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I'll let you guys decide who you think the winner is on that. And then videos, it was kind of similar. It's like, I feel like the Galaxy Z Fold was like more saturated than the videos on the iPhone. So again, I'll leave it up to you guys who you think the winner is on that. But microphones, without a doubt, iPhone. Let's jump into design. Who's got the better designed phone? They're both amazing looking, super premium, high quality phones in your hand. You will not go wrong with either one of these, but I do have a winner. I feel like a winner overall. First of all, look how much remember, this is closed up, but look at even when it's closed up, it's basically skinnier than the iPhone, which is absolutely ridiculous. And when you open it up, it is definitely Skinnier for sure. And then is that what people are talking about? The curved right there? Is it curved or straight? That's what mine looks like when I'm looking at it. But anyways, yeah, super skinny. So that wins that. Cameras on the back. I don't mind either one of these. I know some people hate the iPhone one, but they're really big. I'll give you that. They're maybe a little bit too big, but they're not bad looking at all. One thing I don't like about the iPhone, but you totally get used to it, is the notch on the screen, that little black bar that goes up there. But you can interact with that, and your cameras and your sensors are all up in there. But I know some people don't like that, whereas some people don't like the screen camera on top of this main display up at the top there. They don't like that, but I would much prefer to have that up there rather than a big notch that takes up the whole screen. So for overall design, this is like state-of-the-art craziness, so you got to give it to the Z Fold 7. Let's do the speaker test. We'll do the iPhone first. Galaxy Z Fold 7 next. I don't even need to do it again. iPhone for the win, big time. They sound louder, more bassy, definitely better speakers on the iPhone. Here we go with another speaker test. We'll do a video. All right, what is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. We got the Galaxy S25 Ultra versus the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Welcome to Greggles TV. We got the Galaxy S25 Ultra versus the Galaxy Z Fold 7. And I think this is a good little go against because these are the two most intriguing phones that Samsung puts out. I'll be honest with you, this is a lot closer. Like, not music, just audio, like a voice playing, nothing else. These phones are remarkably close on volume and quality, like the bass, all of that. Man, that's super close. Samsung puts out currently, at least in my eyes. You got their very best phone they put up. That was the Z Fold 7. Currently, at least in my eyes. You got their That was the iPhone. Wow. I'm gonna call that a tie. It didn't really seem all that different. The volume, the quality, all of that. So just on audio, not any music playing, I'd give it a tie. But if I had to pick a speaker, I'd choose the iPhone because the music does sound a lot better. All right, battery life. This one's a little bit hard because I don't use an iPhone all the time. So I did a little bit of research. I Googled out like screen on times for iPhone 16 Pro Max. And I saw a lot of Reddit comments saying anywhere from 5 hours of screen on time. But I saw a lot of people saying they're getting like 8, 9 hours of screen on time, ending the day with 5% at like, 9 p.m. or something like that. But they're getting like literally 9 hours of screen on time. I don't think I've ever gotten that much on there. So, people are saying they're getting pretty good battery life right off the bat with this phone. With the Galaxy Z Fold 7, battery life, I've had as little as, at least from the beginning, like 3.5 hours, but it's settling in right now at about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time for me. Now, I'm gonna end up doing a video. I still have a few more days I wanna do this. We'll see how things change. But at least 5 hours of screen on time, but somewhere between 5 and 6 hours. That's for me. It's gonna be different for everybody, have it be an iPhone or this phone. So based off those facts of what people are saying about their iPhone and this phone, I'd have to give the battery life win to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, I know, again, everyone's gonna be different. I don't use the iPhone enough to really give you a full, like, okay, definitely getting way better battery life. But with that fact, I'd give it to the iPhone, but I'm more and more impressed every day with the battery life on here. Now, software, I am a huge Android fan. iPhone, if you've been using an iPhone, it's changed over a little bit. You can customize it a little bit. They've changed the icons recently to this glass design. I have the beta version on here, and the beta version has been a little bit laggy when I do use it. So I'm not gonna compare like, oh, this one feels a lot faster and speedier than the other, because generally the iPhone is pretty smooth for me because I always get the latest one, but I don't use it a ton. With that said though, the software, like I still hate, I don't hate, but like the quick toggles, I know Android copied them and the notifications and stuff on here. I don't love the way they are still. I like Androids better, and they have their own little thing here for their, when you swipe left on the home screen. I don't love the software on here. It's way more customizable and I feel like intuitive now at this point on the Galaxy phone. And then when you add in what Samsung does with everything, especially with this folding phone, like just on the camera alone, if I want to use these back cameras, on here, I have to go like this and I don't know what the hell's going on. On this phone, I can open up my camera app. I can tap this button and it goes to my cover screen. And I can use the best cameras on this phone while still looking at my screen because I have multiple screens. So I can be like, oh, I'm going to take a great photo right now. I'm going to switch it around to whatever I want. That's one amazing thing you can do out of a million other things that you can do on this phone. Like just basic software, I like this better. The notifications are more intuitive and better in general. Like they're easy, just swipe away anyway, left or right. I love that. Another stupid thing I can do is I can go down here and I can hit close all on all my apps. On the iPhone, I have to go. That's one thing. I can multitask. So if I want to, I can open up an app, I can swipe over from here, and I can open up, basically anything that I want, and I can multitask on here, and you can't multitask on an iPhone. So running multiple apps, I can run up to like 3 apps comfortably. Can even run a 4th app or a 5th app and have app setting on top of this. That's an amazing thing you can do on Android and this phone in general, which multitasking is absolutely amazing. I love that this has Good Lock. Good Lock is an app that you can download for free through the Galaxy App Store on this phone. This isn't the only phone you can get it. You can get them all the Galaxy major phones, but there's so many things from customizing your home screens to customizing your recent apps to your sounds, your colors, your themes. Like there's so much you can do with this. So for me, the bigger win out of these phones with software and UI is definitely One UI 8 and the Galaxy Z Fold 7. And obviously, again, this not being on a beta, both of these phones are super smooth, but you can make Android feel super fast by reducing the animation speed and all of that. And this is definitely the smoothest Galaxy phone from the folding side that I've ever used. So I would give software and all of that the win, a major win to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. You're gonna have a lot more fun on this and you can change it to any way you want it to. Performance, I've done gaming tests on this phone. I've gamed on this one recently with Fortnite. They both play very similar. You can play really high settings. Sometimes the games are optimized a little bit more for this phone. Like you can play up to 120 hertz frames per second on this. You can't on this. Not that this couldn't do it, but they've never optimized Fortnite for this phone so that it will do it. You can play up to 90, but you can play up to 120 on this. Is pretty cool. So like optimization in terms of gaming and performance, both are super fast and powerful. The raw power of this is, especially on the multi-core side, faster than this, but then the single core score is faster than this one. But regardless, it's really, you're not gonna fail on either one. You might even want this one more because you can get more AAA titles. You can play Resident Evil and Assassin's Creed on this phone, things you can't do on this. Not that you couldn't theoretically, but they just haven't released it to this phone. So with that said, personally, I would probably give the win to maybe this, just because this can do everything this can do, and it has some really cool games, because that's a part of the software side. But regardless, both are super fast and powerful, so it really doesn't matter which one you choose in that regard. Displays, I'd give it to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I just like the way the Galaxy Z Fold 7 display looks over the iPhone 16 Pro Max, like the quality and the way that the display looks. It just looks better to me personally. I love how vibrant the Galaxy screens get. They're like absolutely amazing. I also love how much bigger this is on the Galaxy phone. Plus you have that smaller display on the outside. So for me, I definitely give the win to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. What about when you're watching video and stuff? I like the Galaxy Z Fold 7 more. It's bigger, more immersive. That's more attractive to me. I also like the colors more on Galaxy Z Fold 7. When you look at those, they just seem a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more enriched. I really like the colors on it. Here's what it looks like when you have both displays completely pinched in, and you can see a lot more in terms of the size of it on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Obviously, you can see a little bit more like in terms of my hands and stuff where they are on the iPhone, and you can see the notch on the iPhone as well. But for me, display is everything. I want the bigger display. I want to be able to multitask. I want that all with the Galaxy Z Fold. Plus you have the smaller display on the outside. So with that said, what phone is for who? Because both of these basically charge about the same speed. They also have wireless charging and all that stuff about that. So I would say that you would get an iPhone if you're living and you don't want to leave that ecosystem of having a MacBook and an iPad and an iPhone and an Apple Watch and all that stuff. It's going to be hard to leave that. But at the same time, I look at it as a prison, a digital prison. I don't like being in a digital prison. I want to be able to freely move. That's one thing I like about Google products is that I can use Google products on an iPhone. I can use them on a computer, a Chromebook, an Android phone, everywhere. So that's why I like really doing the Android side, because it's so open and easily accessible to go to anything. Also with that, this is still a really, really great phone. It takes great photos and videos. The screen looks really good. You get great battery life, great performance. It's seriously a great all-around phone, but it's also weighs a fair amount more and is thicker, and they don't change the design or the software all that much year after year and in terms of customization and all that. Whereas this phone, it's a fresh update in terms of being super thin and lightweight, great cameras, great performance, great displays, great customization. The software is absolutely amazing. If you're a multitasker who wants to have fun while you work, or work while you're fun, or just work on 2 windows or 3 windows, or have fun on 3 windows, you can do all of that with this phone. It's truly an amazing, amazing device. For me, definitely the Z Fold. If you've never tried one of these, you got to. It's going to blow you away. I look at someone like my wife who's now she's had them just as long as I have actually, and she's absolutely in love with this phone. Wouldn't want any other phone. Loves this Galaxy Z Fold phone. And then, yeah, so I feel like if you're someone like that who wants to try something new and is bored of the iPhone, definitely try the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I have it linked down below. You're going to get a great deal on it, and it supports what I do and shows your thanks for what I do as well. And I super appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.